Good morning students. The next experiment in microcontroller lab is data exchange. It is your 1B experiment. In the previous class we have discussed the data move, block data move. Here block data exchange. The difference between your move instruction and exchange instruction is whatever data you have in 40th location. In case of move instruction, suppose if you are moving a data from 30th location to 40th location, in case if any data are available in 40th location before executing, the data in 40th location will be lost and it will be loaded with the new data that is available in 30th location. Whereas in case of data exchange, the data loss will not happen. Why? Because whatever data you have in 30th location, that will be moved to, that will be exchanged with the data available in 40th location. So when you are solving the program, that time you will come to know. So aim is to exchange 10 bytes of data starting from RAM location 30H with the 10 bytes of data starting from the RAM address 50H. It means that you are going to exchange the data between 30th location and 50th location. The program, that is what software you are going to use, is Keil MicroVision 5. It is a software that reduces the pain of most of your embedded program developer. The software is an integrated development environment which integrate the text editor to write a program, compiler, and it will convert your source code to hex file too. Program for data exchange. So it is the program for exchanging your data. You are going to exchange the data from 30th location to 50th location. It means that here what you need to do is whatever data you have in 30th location, you have to store it in one temporary register. And whatever data you have in 50th location, you have to save it in another temporary location. Then this temporary location data will be moved to 50th location, and this temporary data will be moved to 30th location. Likewise, you need to move 10 data. Now I will tell how to execute this particular program. 10 data you need to move, right? Here you are not supposed to put 10H. 10H if you put, it will become 16 data. 10 data means only 0A you should put, or you have to use only 10. Move A comma at R1. It means that here A and B are considered to be as a temporary register. Whatever data you have in 50th location, that will be moved to accumulator. And whatever data you have in accumulator, that is moved to B register. So it is one temporary register. Now what data you have in R0 register, that is moved to accumulator. Then whatever data you have in accumulator, that is moved on to R1 register. Why? Because the data already available in R1 is already moved to B register. So there won't be any data loss. Likewise, all the 10 data we need to move. Now I will show this working in your Keil software. Now take the software. If any more old files are there, you just close all the files. You close the file. Then it is your project window. So in project window, whatever file you are working, only that file should be visible. This move.asm is an old file. So right click that. You remove file move.asm. Yes. Now you wanted to create a new file for data exchange. Go to file, open a new file. So when you open, you will get this particular screen. You type the code. So once the code is typed, you need to save the codes. So when just click save, give the file name as exchange. It is an assembly language program, so .asm. Click save. Once it is given, you can see a change in the instruction, how it has been changed. So here back is nothing but your label, and this label has to be identified. Whatever label you are identifying, it has to be in the program, otherwise the program will not get into execution. So after typing the program, you need to save it. Once the program is saved, you have to add this working file in the source group. So right click your source group, add your working files. The working file name is exchange. So if you type your name of the file, what you have typed, it will come. Then give add. So before adding, no files is available in this source group. Once if you click add, you can see the exchange.asm is available inside this source group. So I'll add it. Exchange.asm is available. Now you close. Then you need to build the target. So if you want to build the target, you can either use the direct menu or you go to debug, go to project, give build target, or directly you can click F7 button. So if you click build target, it is the build output window where you can find the number of errors and warnings. For example, I'll show here move R0 comma #30h used, right? Instead of that, you consider I'm going to use R2 and move wherever R0 comes, there I'm going to give R2. Okay. Now I'll be saving the file. You can see what error it is occurring. You can see it is in A4 line. So in A4 line means bad indirect register. Bad indirect register means it is understood that we have used an indirect addressing mode and we have used a very which register is not suitable for indirect addressing mode, that one we have used. Here at R2 is not allowed. Why? Because in indirect addressing mode only R0 and R1 is available. So again after that whatever you execute, it will be your error statement. So now this R2 I am going to replace it with R0. Now again one more time you save and you build the target. So if you build the target, you are getting 0 errors, 1 warning. Warning is nothing but here I did not give end statement. I gave the end statement. Again I saved the program. Now again I am building the target. So you can see 0 error, 0 warning. Without this end statement also you can debug your program. So for example, you can see after building your target, you can see whether you have any error or warning in this build output window. Now we can go for debug session. So for debug session, you have to remember that you need to exchange the data between 30th memory location and 50th memory location. So we need to load the data in 30th location and 50th location. So I'll go for debug, give start stop debug session. So when you give start stop debug session, you will get a change in your screen. So here you have your memory window. And the memory window, it is starting from 30th location. So it is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, like that it goes on. Okay. In one more memory window, you just see to that you want to go for 50th location. Then only you can see whether the data has been exchanged or not. So here to go to 50th location, you need to type D:50H. Press enter. So when you give enter, automatically the first line will start from 50th location. Now I will give 10 data in 30th location 10 data, 50th location 10 data. Right click, modify memory at memory. So here I will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So give OK. 10 data has been loaded. In memory too, in 50th location also you give some data. Keep the pointer in this place, right click. After right click, go to modify memory. Then here you type the data. Press enter, give OK. So when you give OK, the 50th location has been loaded with so and so data. So before execution, you can see 30th location is loaded with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9A, and 50th location is loaded with B, 1, 6, 21, 2C, 3, 7, 4, 2, 4D, 5, 8, 6, 3, 6, 1, 64. Now after execution, whatever data you have in 50th location, that will be available in 30th location, and whatever data you had in 30th location, that will be moved to 50th location. I'll show the step-by-step execution. So before executing a step-by-step one, you can see here nothing is available over here. All your registers are at 0, 0. It is just like your reset position. So now I'll execute my first instruction. When I execute my first instruction, the R0 content will be 30H. So after executing the first instruction, immediately we can see a change in the value of your register that is on your register side. So just I'll execute. So R0 is going to be 30. Next R1, after executing your second instruction, R1 is going to be 50. So before executing the second instruction, R1 is 0. After executing, R1 is going to be 50. Next, third instruction, move R3 comma hash 10H. Here, as I told, it is 16 datas, but we have shown over here for only 10 datas. 10H means it is equal to 16 data. So after executing your third instruction, R3 will be loaded with 10. So you can see here R3 is loaded with 10. Now move A comma at R1. So at R1. So what is R1 here? R1 is 30. So in 30th location, what is the data available? 1. That 1 will be moved to your accumulator in this place. So after executing, it is moved with R1. Sorry, what is your R1? R1 is 50. R1 is 50. So inside that 50th location, what is the data available? 0B. So that 0B is available in your accumulator. Next, I am going to move this accumulated content to a temporary register B. So after executing your fifth instruction, your content of B will be changing to 0B. It is already changed after executing your fifth instruction. Now what is the R0? R0 is 30. Inside 30, what is available? 1. You move that 1. Inside that 30th location, what is available? That you are going to move it to your accumulator. So now your accumulator content will be changing to 01. You can see the value. Okay. Now whatever you have in accumulator, you have to move it. So now 1 is available in accumulator. Then 0B is available in B register. Now this B register content should be moved to R0. Therefore move at R0 comma B, and accumulator content need to be moved to R1. So these two lines is meant for exchanging the data between your memory. When you see here, you can see accumulator content is moved to at R1. You can see here. Before it was 0B. After executing this particular 7th instruction, the 50th location data is changed with the 30th location data, and whatever you have in B, that is now R0 is present content of R0 is 01. After executing your 8th instruction, you will get 0B in 30th location. You could see the value. And increment R0 and increment R1 is, so the first data is exchanged. So now we need to go for your second data. So for that, we are incrementing the content of R0 and incrementing the content of R1. So after incrementing, I wanted to check whether all the data has been exchanged or not. For that, we are going to give a instruction DJNZ. DJNZ R3 means decrement your value of content of R3 and check whether it is equal to 0 or not equal to 0. If it is not 0, then you need to jump to the specified loop back. You can see here it is not 0, so it is moving back automatically. Okay, likewise you can do it, and now after executing, you can check the complete data available in 30th location is exchanged with the 50th location data. This is for your data exchange between the memory location 30H and 50H. Thank you, students. So for a data exchange instruction, this is the content of your 30th location, and content of your 50th location is B1, B2, B3, B4, B5 likewise, and after executing 1, 2 will be available in 50th location and B1 will be available in 30th location. It is your before execution and after execution. Thus, the 8051 assembly language program is written and simulated to exchange 10 bytes of data starting from RAM location 30H with the 10 bytes of data starting from the RAM location 50H. Thank you, students.